Gerald Auger, Indigenous Relations Consultant, producer, National Native Role Model, entrepreneur, motivational speaker from Canada. Thank you very much, Gerald, for connecting. And our question is, how do you understand the significant, the importance of this conference you took part in on the 20th of March?
Thank you. I want to honor the Creator first and foremost for allowing us here, loaning us another day in this physical world. And I acknowledged my human family in the language that I was blessed with by my Creator, with being the Woodland Cree. I am always to acknowledge that part of my human being when I speak with my fellow human beings. And I thank you for that question. And why is it significant today? That why the conference was significant for me is what the ancestors had spoke of this time. The ancestors spoke of a time where the human family would gather under the sacred tree of life to come together in love, light, and unity. There was a prophecy that they spoke of where the grandmother spider would cast a web around Mother Earth that would bring unity and knowledge to every race of the human family. And now through this global pandemic, it's forced the fellow human being to go back into their home fire and be able to learn to communicate through this worldwide web that had been created for that purpose. But because the human family was going down a different road of not coming together in love, light, and unity, this pandemic that the ancestors spoke of was making the human being realize the true sacredness and sanctity of life. And it was good for other members of our human family to be able to come together and understand each other's various cultures, spiritual values, beliefs, and philosophies. Because the world has forgotten about its fellow human being. And I honor each and every one of you who have come together in this challenging but beautiful time. Because it's forcing the human being to sit still and listen to the silence. Because the world was spinning out of control. We were not taking the time to sit and listen and sit with compassion, kindness, and love for a fellow human being. They had said that time itself is not speeding up. It's us as a human being who are rushing through life. We are living a 1260 frequency, the ancestors talked about, where there's 60 seconds to 1 minute, 60 minutes to 1 hour, 12 months of the year. That's artificial time. That's a clock and a calendar that we will never be able to catch up to. And to revert to understanding what that 1328 frequency, that only the animal nation, the water nation, the fish nation, the sky nation are the only ones who understand that frequency. And that frequency that we call the 1328 is what we know as real time, that there's a full moon every 28 days of the year. And that is the original time that we as human beings were to follow. But because the world decided to adopt another philosophy, another way of life that disconnected us from our higher power, that disconnected us from ourselves as human beings, and started chasing this clock, this calendar that we'll never catch up to, and living in a consumer-based society where we forget about each other. We forget about our fellow human being. And we're in that time where the most powerful and the most sacred being in this world is on the rise. We as men are strong physically, but the woman is stronger emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. For she's a nurturer, a caretaker, and a giver of life. If it was not for this powerful sacred being that we know as the woman, we as a human family would cease to exist. Without Mother Earth, who gives us life every day, we as a human family would cease to exist. So I am honored and truly humbled to be living in such a powerful, beautiful time where it's uniting the four races of the human family to come together in love, light, and unity. Because if we don't change our direction, we will not be able to leave anything behind for our children and their children's children. Our children are on loan to us from the Creator. The Creator loved us enough to grant us free will. We are free to make choices, but we're not free from the consequences. You do good things will come. You do bad things will come. The universe is the eyes and ears of our Creator. You can lie to yourself, to your fellow human being, but you can't lie to the Creator. The Creator knows your true intentions behind your intentions. The Creator knows your reaction before your action in life. Creator knows how you're going to react when that trial and tribulation is put in your path tomorrow. Just like the Creator will know how you're going to react when that blessing is put upon your path, if you're going to react in gratitude. And the beautiful thing that Joshua, that I've come to know as Joshua, had said to us, the reason why the Creator created different cultures, colors, creeds, and faiths and languages was so that we as a human family can learn from each other. And that's the beautiful thing about, and I honored the woman behind the Creative Society who had seen this vision that the ancestors had seen since the beginning of time. So I'm truly honored to have been a part of it, to still be a part of it. Because this is the time where we need to, like what Crazy Horse, one of our foremost leaders, had said, I see 7 generations, or the 4 races of the human family will gather under the sacred tree of life and come together in love, light, unity, and healing. And we are to always honor our human family, as we are always to honor those 4 sacred elements that give us life every day: the earth, the wind, the water, the fire. Those 4 sacred elements are in us as human beings. The air that we breathe is the wind on the back of Mother Earth. The water that covers Mother Earth, the majority of Earth surfaces cover underwater. The same DNA that's in that tree is the same DNA in our bones. The fire from Father, Son, and the fire that brings life every day is a spark in our hearts. So we are living in a time of the 8th fire, and it's not a physical fire, it's a spiritual fire. So we have become a part of that fire, and we need to, and I honor each and every one of you for sharing this journey with me. It is very honoring and humbling experience to be able to share what my 4 directional elders and ancestors had shared. At that time, I unplugged and had to walk into the wilderness and relearn life, and relearn and reconnect with the culture and the ancestors. Hi.